management. Back here to bring you guys a little recap of today, as today was the very first trading day of this week. So also I'd like to say happy Labor Day for yesterday. So as we know, this week is a 4-day trading week, obviously because the markets were closed yesterday. And as we know on this channel, markets do get choppy in those 4-day trading weeks. Now today came as an utter surprise to me, had a horrible day, but of course the overall market today was very wishy-washy. So we're going to go into a few different stocks which actually did well today. We're going to have a look at some plays for the upcoming few days. And in addition, I'm going to give you guys a few tips just to protect yourselves at this period of time so you guys can find ways to actually keep your money. And we're also just going to have a look at some cryptocurrency plays right now, some cryptocurrencies, how they did today. And we'll just dive into all that in a second. Now before we do that, you guys know the usual drill. The first thing I want you guys to do today is drop that thumbs up. It takes a long time to make these videos, edit these videos, upload these videos, all that stuff. So please do drop the thumbs up to show appreciation. In addition, make sure you guys comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how today went for you. Did you go from red to green? Did you have a scary pullback and then eventually come out okay? Did you just have a horrible day? Let me know how it went in the comment section below. Also, make sure you guys share these videos with your friends, share them with more people, get them out to more people. You guys are doing a little bit of a better job these days of sharing your videos, so please keep doing that. And lastly but not least, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the red button and subscribe if you're new around here. But without further ado, let's dive into today's video. So I'd like to start off by looking at a few different stocks which did very well today amongst all the red madness in the markets. The very first one is Bbig. This took a while to get going today. It ended up the day up over 21%. But the first 5-6 hours of the day, it did pretty much nothing. You know, it showed a few signs here and there of a little, spike up or, brief, nice bullish movement, but there was not a lot going on. Before you knew it, right at the end of the day, it just spiked up like crazy. It finished the day up 21% and it's up again over 5% after hours. Now, I definitely didn't expect this, but this is why I held my Bbig call option. Yes, I may have got in at the wrong time, and if you got in today, you did very well because that stock just went nuts. But this is the kind of thing that happens with stocks that are being short squeezed. Remember, if you have an option which has 2 weeks, 3 weeks to expiry, you can maybe get away with holding it like I did here. And all it takes is one day, one crazy spike, and you're back in the money, or your losses go from being 60% to 30%. That's what it takes with these kind of crazy stocks. So Bbig is one which just took off today, and I'm definitely intrigued on how it pans out tomorrow. Around here, you guys know we like to profit off these kind of stocks. We like to profit off stocks which have those quick spikes. So if you're in this kind of play, manage your risk. If you have more than one contract, sell one contract, let the rest run. Make sure that you manage this play, because I don't want anyone messing up this trade like I nearly did last week. I don't want anyone doing that. I want you guys to make your money with those stocks that are being short squeezed and don't get burnt. Don't be the person who buys at the top and then sees it fall all the way down. Next, AMC. Let's look at how AMC did today, because AMC had a very good day. It reached over $47 and it gained 8% today, over 8%. Now it's slightly down after hours, but AMC is also one of those stocks which was being squeezed. So people still say it's going to $100, it's going to however many dollars it might go. But what I am looking at with this one is the $49 calls which expire this Friday. Now I'm not going to just dive and rush into them, but if AMC does happen to sell off for a moment by a few percentage tomorrow, then I'd probably look at the $49 calls for this Friday. I would not say I'll just go and dump a load of money into it because it's way too short-term expiry. But you can start looking at plays like that when AMC does pull back. Now, again, it's down after hours. Who's to say where it's going to start pre-market tomorrow? Who's to say where it opens up? We don't know that. But I just wanted to highlight that today it had a very good day. So for those of you who have AMC shares, like I've told you multiple times, buy up those AMC shares. You're definitely happy right now. I have 100 shares myself. I'm not in any option plays, but this kind of thing always helps the portfolio. When you have shares of these kind of stocks which are being squeezed, same with Bbig, you're on your way when these stocks spike up. So in addition to those two stocks, Bbig and AMC, those short squeeze stocks, KOPN had some crazy movement today. It was down on the day before it spiked up, and then it was up 7% all of a sudden. It had a crazy spike. Just look at the chart. And then it started to sell off towards the end of the day. So with this one, I did not trade it. I had a look at it at one point, and then 5 minutes later, I saw it shot up, which was just unheard of to me. But I would say just keep your eye on it to see if there's any more crazy movement around it. But KOPN is there. I just thought I'd highlight it to you guys so you could have a look at the way it moved today, because this kind of thing is very interesting. I don't know how this kind of thing happens. I'm going to do more research about it. If anyone knows, definitely drop in the comment section. Another stock I want you guys to check out is Match Group, ticker symbol MTCH. This was pointed out to me in the Discord. It was up over 7% today, and it's also slightly up after hours. So the interesting thing with MTCH is I had a look at how it's performed over the past week, And just a week ago, it was around $138. Today, it hit $160. So you can see it's gradually gaining momentum. It's gradually going up. Over the past few days, the past 5 days, past week, it's been bullish. And maybe it's just one to keep your eye out on to see how it pans out over the next few days. Speaking of stocks which have been bullish recently, have a look at Moderna. Ticker symbol MRNA. This has been monstrous recently. Exactly a week ago, August 31st, last week Tuesday, it was around $375. Today, it hit $436. And in the past 5 days, it's up over 16%. Today, it was up over 4.73%. Moderna has been beastly recently. Remember last week I made a video and I wanted to highlight Moderna as well as Novavax. And since then, they've just been running. But at the same time with Moderna, what you want to highlight is 1 month ago, around beginning of August, it was around $450 before it sold off heavily. But now it seems like it's at the point where it may be slightly overbought, so be careful with this one. If you do want to trade it, you might want to look at puts. But speaking of puts and speaking of stocks which we want to perform like Moderna, let's look at Pfizer, because Pfizer is sort of heavy today. It's around $46 now. It's been selling off heavily since last week Monday, when we had the news of the FDA approval. You guys know about buying the rumor, selling the news. This is exactly what happened with Pfizer. It's just been selling off consistently, constantly selling off. And this one, it doesn't look like there's any coming back for it short term. So if you are in Pfizer, what I'd advise you to do is probably sell those call options and start looking at puts. Of course, look at levels of support and resistance, as we always want to do with options. But Pfizer looks like it's pretty much crushed right now. If you do your research, you'll see that it's not the greatest of companies, which is why a lot of people are not backing it the same way they're backing Moderna. But Pfizer is one which kind of has a lot of people disappointed right now. After the FDA approval, people thought it was going to go to $51, $55, maybe $60. That didn't really happen. It was definitely more of a sell the news issue. Now I want to look at another stock before we get into cryptocurrencies, and that is Chewy, ticker symbol CHWY. Chewy sold off even more today after this crazy sell-off last week. But the good thing is, it had a strong end to the day. Now Chewy I'm going to be cautious with. As I told you guys in my last 100k video, I want to get $85 calls for October for Chewy. The more it sells off, the more I'm looking at these $85 calls. The more it sells off, the more I'm confident about the trade. But we've got to find a support level. We've got to find somewhere where it actually starts to consolidate before uptrending again. Once we get that confirmation of uptrend, we've seen a little bit of movement towards the end of the day. Once we get the confirmation of uptrend, then we can take advantage of it. It is now in the $75 range, which is quite unheard of for Chewy. Remember, last month it was around $92. So keep your eyes on Chewy because there's a lot of potential opportunity here. Look at those call options for October. If you want to go with more risk, look at the call options for September. We've only just begun the month, so you can look towards the end of the month. But Chewy is definitely one I have my eye on over the next few days. Please do not let up on that. Do not let that one slip out your eye. I'm sure it's going to bounce back quickly. The same way Moderna bounced back quickly, the same way Novavax bounced back quickly, Chewy has the potential to do just the same. So lastly, let's have a look at how the cryptocurrencies played out today, because there was a horrible, horrible cryptocurrency pullback around an hour and a half into the market hours. Ethereum, which we saw at 4,000 last week, hit 3,000 today. It dropped all the way to 3,000. Now it's back around 3.4k. Bitcoin dropped all the way to 42k briefly. And obviously these cryptocurrencies dropped heavily, but then they started to rise again. I think when Ethereum drops to around 3k, Bitcoin to 42k, people just buy it up. And that is what you guys should be doing. Take an opportunity of those crypto dips. If you want to get in on Ethereum under 3k, under 3.5k, whatever, set your alerts, set your limit orders. If you want to get in on Bitcoin at 40k, at 42k, at 43k, whatever price may be, set your alerts, set your limit orders. There are opportunities when these cryptocurrencies pull back. They don't stay down for long, and when they do stay down, eventually they do come up. But once that happens, do you want to be a part of it? Are you going to be someone who partakes in that? If so, make sure you take advantage of the crypto sell-offs. Don't be scared, don't miss out. Do manage your risk. Do only put in money you can afford to lose. Even though with these kind of cryptocurrencies, I doubt you'll be losing for too long, let's be honest. But there's a lot of potential with these cryptocurrencies. And that also reminds me, if you have already got these cryptocurrencies, if you're already loaded up on Ethereum or Bitcoin or Ripple or Stellar or even Dogecoin, don't be scared when those dips come. Don't be scared when those crazy pullbacks happen, because that is where the best opportunities lie. It doesn't always mean you have to buy more, but it means do not sell, hold tight. Because as you saw with the charts, the cryptos pulled back and then they were up again. Ethereum might be back at 4k next week. Ethereum might be at 7k, 10k by the end of the year, by next summer. Are you going to be the person who sold when it dropped to 3k? Are you going to be the person who sold Bitcoin when it had a heavy pullback to 42k? Meanwhile, it's rallying again, 6 months later. You don't want to be that person. So always hold tight when those cryptos fall. Always hold tight. And if you can manage that risk, if you can take advantage of it, even better for you. So that is it for today's video, guys. A little recap of how today went. I'm intrigued to see how Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday go. It's definitely getting a little bit tense in the market. September is usually red. We know that. September 2nd last year, there was a horrible pullback. September 2nd this year, there wasn't, but who knows what could happen still. We're in the early days. So just manage your risk. Take your trades as they come. Take your percentage gains as they come. Don't be the person who's holding on to the bag, who goes from up 400% to down, 30, 40 bucks, 20, 30%, whatever. Be the person who's taking quick gains, who's taking profit, who's locking in profit, who's managing their trade properly, who's not getting emotional. Be the person who actually trades options the way options are supposed to be traded. Don't buy too short-term expiries in these choppy markets. Don't always have to buy calls. Look at your puts. Again, if you can swing trade, swing trade. If you can day trade, day trade. Don't let this market get you. It is going to get choppy. I think today was the first of a few different choppy days upcoming near future. But again, if you manage your risk, you'll be okay. If you spend money you can afford to lose, you'll be okay. If you don't get too emotional, if you don't get too attached to your trades, you will be okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys check out the stock option starter pack. Again, as I always say, it has so many different things you can learn about options. It has the Greeks, risk factors. There's 10 videos there, you get them for life. Check out the premium Discord as well. You guys know the link is in the description below. And overall, we'll see you guys hopefully in the Discord. If not, we'll see you guys in the comment section. I'll be back next time for another video. I got money making, you got money making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.